In this video, we will explore the 5 levels of wealth. Recent studies carried out on people that are 65 years old in the USA show that only 1% are considered rich, 4% are deemed comfortable financially, 5% are still working in a job, 56% need financial support from the government or their families, and 34% are dead. In other words, at 65 years of age, 95% of people are either dead, broke, or dead. These statistics are truly frightening and show why it is so important for us to get our finances in order from a young age. This is why you are so smart to start learning how to completely change things for you and your family starting today. So, with that in mind, let's identify the universal 5 levels of wealth that exist. 1. Debt. The first of these levels is debt. Debt is a scary word, but it is something that is hugely important to understand and has an impact on almost everybody in the world. Debt describes when you are worth less than zero. Most people on the planet are living day by day in debt, trying to get to above zero. But what exactly does this mean? Your debt is the amount of money that you have borrowed to live on. If you have taken out a loan, this is what is known as debt. For example, when you purchase a house, this house is debt as you know it's called a mortgage. Interestingly, the word mortgage comes from the word morta, meaning death. In other words, getting a mortgage means debt until death. It probably shouldn't come as a surprise to you to discover that the number one reason for death is a heart disease which is caused primarily by stress. The number one reason for divorce too is due to fighting over money. Why? Because when people are in debt and when money is scarce, people become very stressed and emotional about it. Here's something important to realize. It's very easy to get into debt very quickly. Debt is often used as a quick fix to get out a problem. When you would do anything just to get some money now, and then worry about paying it back later. However, this is the habit that can lead to living in debt for an entire lifetime. The good news is through learning some financial smarts you can get out of debt and climb the ladder of the 5 levels of wealth. Also, it is worth mentioning that there is something known as good debt. We'll come on to good debt later in other videos. 2. Scarcity. Back in 2008 and 2009, which is a long time ago now, over 450,000 Americans completed a study around money. The study was carried out by a very well-known Nobel Prize-winning economist, Daniel Kahneman. He found that when people earned less than $90,000, they were stuck in the scarcity zone. This means that every decision you make on a daily basis is determined by how much money you have access to. As a teenager, you will know exactly how this feels. You can't do what you want to do, because you simply don't have money to do it. Do you know anyone who looks at the prices on a menu before they look at the choice of food? If you do, then they are living in a scarcity mindset. Another example is choosing where to go on vacation. If the price is the determining factor, then you are living in a scarcity mindset. In fact, most people on the planet are either in debt or the scarcity zone, and this is how they live their lives. Debt and scarcity are seen as normal. Promise to yourself, do not be normal. Many of these people in debt or scarcity will tell you that money isn't that important. But the truth is lack of money impacts their lives more than it does with people who have lots of money. Another interesting fact is that most adults that are stuck in debt or in the scarcity zone continue to act in the same way and do the same things that got them into the situation in the first place. Most people find debt and scarcity so overwhelming that they just block it out and hope it will just magically go away. Unfortunately, it very rarely does. Something dramatic has to change to get to the next level. Chains of habit are to like to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken, says Warren Buffett. It means that the longer you leave this problem without addressing it, the more likely it is that you will never get out of it. Just ask graduate students in the US, and they will know what this means. Starting out in the real world owing $38,000 on average before they even have a house or a family. We can change this outcome from a very young age by getting focused on 3 key things. 1. First, comes getting educated in the right areas of your life. And as you know by now, the more you learn, the more you can earn. 2. Secondly, we need to have a specific system that we can follow that will allow us to make money. 3. The third step is to learn how to make that money work for you and how you can use your time and money in a way that allows you to become even wealthier by working fewer hours. You can find the links to the full Financial Education for Teens program in the description of the video. 3. Healthy. The next level is known as healthy. Regarding your wealth, healthy does not necessarily mean that you are rich, but it does mean you are getting there. You have a clear plan in place to become financially free, just like you will very soon. You have more than enough money to cover your bills and still have some left over, and you are feeling good about your financial health. There are no studies that share exactly how much money you need to be earning to be in the health zone, but a fair ballpark figure would be $100,000 per year. If someone is making this per annum, expect them to be in the healthy zone. As a teenager, it is very doable to get you into this zone very quickly, as you should not have amassed any debt at this point, or at least very little, but your earning potential or your ability to earn an income is huge. You might find it interesting to know that as an adult, it is much more difficult to get to the healthy zone. This is mainly because most adults have lots of habits that make it very difficult to get out of debt or scarcity. It's also worth mentioning that where things go wrong for teenagers is when they take on student debt. Student debt can take 20 years or more to recover from. It just doesn't make any sense to go into debt for this long. So why do a lot of people? The simple answer is a lot of people get pressurized by people around them to do it because it is normal. But normal means being in the debt or scarcity zones, and they are the last places we want to be. We want to be in the next two zones. 4. Prosperity. In the prosperity zone, we are truly starting to get ahead. Covering the bills is not the goal anymore, that has been taken care of a long time ago. We are now in the business of business. We are helping people on a significant scale and getting rewarded for it handsomely. We have multiple sources of income, meaning that we no longer have to rely on a single job that we could potentially lose at any time. Not only do we have lots of sources of money, but we also have our money, making us more money. We have automated savings plans and lots of investment strategies in place. We are helping other businesses out by investing in them early, which helps us make even more money. We are able to make decisions without ever having to think about the cost of how much will it be. We are financially free and never need to work a day in our lives again if we do not wish. Our interest in our investments alone is enough for us to live off, which is what we cover in Accelerate section of Financial Program for Teens. Find the links in the description below the video. 5. Wealthy. This is where you'll find people that always have excess cash. They have everything they want in life. If they don't, they know how to get it. They do not think about scarcity. They have abundant cash for systems in place. But they also are wise enough to realize that they still need to learn continually. The wealthy understand that the way to success is through the continuous pursuit of knowledge. The wealthy are lifelong learners. They are generous and successful, and people gravitate towards them, hoping that some of their success will rub off on them. The wealthy have systems that allow them to earn, spend, save, invest, and give away their money in the wisest ways possible. The wealthy also understands that when challenges come their way, as they will for everybody, these challenges are in fact opportunities. The wealthy are not fazed by challenges, whereas those in debt and scarcity are often destroyed by them. The wealthy take responsibility for what is happening in their life. Those in debt and scarcity blame other people or things. For more information about complete financial education for teens and children and free book Money for Children and Teens, find the links in the description. If you've enjoyed the video, please like it, comment and subscribe for more to come.